أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and welcome to our class today. I hope and pray that everybody is doing very well. Jazakumullah for joining the class on time today. We will begin with our opening dua. So if you could please have a student to the mic for that.
Assalamualaikum. Can I request G785 to unmute their mic?
G785. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, that's good to hear. So let's start with Dawood. So please repeat after me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Good. Please read the translation as well.
I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the rejected.
Good. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Good. Translation.
In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful.
Good. Okay. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a.
Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a.
Okay, so from here, this is going to be ilman nafi'a.
Ilman nafi'a.
Good, well done. And the translation, please.
Oh Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge.
Good. And where's this prayer from?
Ibn Majah.
Yeah, Ibn Majah, hadith number 925 is where this prayer is from. Okay, well done. Jazakumullah for coming and reading that for us. Allah Hafiz for now.
Jazakumullah.
Okay. Please ensure you are all looking after the class rules and etiquettes at all times. So that means you're logged in today with your correct IDs, you have done wudu, clean clothes, heads are covered, and you're sitting in a nice and quiet place with your parents, okay? All right, so I just have a few announcements to make before we start today's class. The first is that please be reminded that next week is half term and there will be no G1 classes. So please don't turn up for class next week as we won't be having classes, and we will resume again with classes from 31st of October, inshallah. Okay, so next week is half term for G1 classes. The other announcement is regarding the Jalsa Siratun Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we'll be having in our G1 class. This Jalsa will take place on Friday, 4th of November, which is in about 2 weeks' time, and it will be in our usual class at 6 p.m. inshallah. And in this Jalsa, we would like students to come and participate. So there will be various activities that we would like students to take part in, and I'll give you a bit more information in just a moment. But in order to choose students to participate in these activities, we would like you to send in recordings so that we can choose students, okay? So you can please send us in your recordings for each activity at the email address ukquranclass@gmail.com, and the deadline to send in your recordings is Saturday 22nd of October. So that's in 2 days' time, okay? This Saturday is the deadline to send in your recordings to participate in the Jalsa Siratun Nabi. Please be mindful that to please mention and state the activity along with your student ID, your course ID, which is G1, in the audio recordings file name and also in the email subject box, okay? And this makes it easy for us to identify which students want to take part in which activity and makes it easy for us to choose from, okay? So when you save the file on your phone, for example, then make sure you save it with the activity name and your student ID, as well as write G1 on there. And then send that in through email. And in the email subject box, also please mention all that detail. So this is more of an announcement for parents to please ensure that these things are looked at before you send in your recordings. So, like I mentioned, there's lots of activities that students can take part in for the Siratul Nabi Jalsa. And so we would have one student taking part in Tilawat. We will be choosing one student to read its translation. We would have one student reading the Hadith. And then we will also have a saying of the Prophet Messiah alayhi salam. We will also require one student to recite a nazm. And then we will have one student reading an English speech. Okay, so this is all taking place on the 4th of November at 6 p.m. But students that will be chosen will be required to attend a rehearsal on the same day at 5 p.m. So if you would like to take part in Tilawat, for example, for the Siratul Nabi Jalsa, this is the portion from the Holy Quran that we would like you to please record and send us in the recording. So this is Surah Al-Baqarah, verses 1 to 6. So this is for Tilawat. And then if you would like to read its translation, the translation is written here below. All this information that I'm going through right now is available on the Google Drive, and the link for that drive has been posted in the chat for you to have a look from. You can also alternatively just take pictures right now of the screen if that's useful and helpful to you as well. Okay, so for example, when you send us in your recording of this Tilawat, then make sure that you state Tilawat as well as your name, your student ID, and G1 at the beginning of the recording and also in the file name. Okay, this is the Hadith that if you'd like to read the Hadith, then this is the Hadith that we'd like you to send a recording in of, and the translation of the Hadith as well. This is the saying of the promise of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the Hadith. Sorry, this is the a saying of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. Okay, that we would like you to send us in a recording of. This is the nazm. So you have two options for nazm to choose from. So either of those nazms, please recite that and send us in a recording. This is the another format of the same nazms. Okay, it's written in Roman Urdu, so you can read that as well. And then for the speech, you can choose any topic of your choice, but we have listed some suggestions for you to have a look through as well. So please, if you already have a speech written on this topic, you can read that and send it through, or you can write your own speech and send that through as well. Okay, so it's up to you. So these are all the activities that are for the Siratul Nabi Jalsa. So if you are interested, obviously this is not compulsory, but we would like as many students to participate and send us in their recordings, so we can choose one student from that. So please do make sure you send us in your recordings by this Saturday latest. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us and we will, inshallah, try our best to respond to you as soon as possible. Okay, so that was the announcement. We will now move on to the our schedule for today's class. Today we will be doing revision of Madde Asli. So Madde Asli is what you have been looking at this week, and today we'll just be doing some more revision of that and recapping whatever you've learned from Monday to Wednesday in today's class. And for our practice text, we'll be looking at exercise 15.4 from the Talimul-Quran book. Okay, so let's have a revision of normal elongation or Madde Asli, okay? So, mad is a new word that we learned this week, and mad is an Arabic word that means to lengthen or to prolong. There are 3 letters known as Haruful Mad. So Haruful Mad is the Arabic name, and in English they are known as letters of prolongation. Those 3 letters are Alif, Waw, and Ya. Okay, so if someone asks you, what are the haruful mad? What are the 3 haruful mad? Or what are the 3 letters of prolongation? Then we would like you to say alif, waw, and ya are the 3 letters of prolongation. Haruful mad cause prolonging of sounds when they come after certain strokes. Okay. When the short stroke of fatha is followed by an alif, more specifically a blank alif, then that is known as alif madiyah. When the short stroke of dhamma is followed by a waw sakin, a waw with a sukoon on top of it, then that is known as waw madiyah. And when the short stroke of kasra is followed by a ya sakin, so a sukoon on top of a ya, then that is known as ya madiyah. Okay, so those are the 3 letters of prolongation: alif, waw, and ya. And when they are known as letters of prolongation, for example, for alif, is when you have a blank alif and the letter before carries a fatha. For waw madiyah, it's when you have waw sakin and letter before has a dhamma. And for ya madiyah, it's when ya sakin and the letter before carries a kasra. Okay, so let's have a few examples of those now. So over here we have lam with a fatha, and we know that any letter with a fatha on top of it should be pronounced for 1 count. So over here this will be la. Next to that, in the blue box, we can see that we still have a lam with a fatha, but this time there is a blank alif straight after it. And as we've just seen from the previous slide, that when you have a letter with a fatha that is followed by a blank alif, then that blank alif is now known as alif madiyah. So what happens to our pronunciation is that it is now stretched for 2 counts instead of 1. So this is now pronounced as la, la. Okay, let's have a look at the next type of letter of prolongation. So over here we have alif with a dhamma, so it will be u, 1 count sound. Okay, next to that we have an alif with a dhamma again, but this time it's followed by a waw sakin. And as we've just seen from our previous slide, where you have a waw sakin and the letter before carries a dhamma, then that is now a waw madiyah. And that will cause our sound to prolong, to stretch for 2 counts. So instead of saying oo, now we're going to say oo, oo. Over here we have a meme with a kasra, so it's going to be a 1 count sound, mi. And next to that, we have again meme with a kasra, but this time it has a ya madiyah straight after it, a ya with a sukoon on top of it. Yeah, so wherever you see a ya sakin letter before carries a kasra, this is known as ya madiyah. So our sound will stretch for 2 counts. Mi, mi. Okay, that is how our sound changes when we have a letter of prolongation. So just to recap, alif madiyah is when alif comes straight after a letter carrying a fatha. For example, over here, we have alif coming straight after a letter carrying a fatha. So this will be ha. Sound is said for 2 counts. Waw madiyah is when waw sakin comes straight after a letter carrying a dhamma. Over here you can see waw sakin, letter before carries a dhamma. So our sound will be pronounced for 2 counts. Boo, boo. And ya madiyah is when ya sakin comes straight after a letter carrying a kasra. So we have ya sakin that has come straight after a letter carrying a kasra. So this is ya madya. So our sound will be for 2 counts. The. Okay. So that was a quick wrap up of normal elongation and what are the 3 letters of prolongation and also how to correctly pronounce them. Today we are going to be practicing from exercise 15.4, in which there's lots of examples from the Holy Quran where this rule is being applied, okay? So I'm going to be asking students to come to the mic and we'll go through these examples. Can we have our first student, please?
Can I request T810 to unmute their mic?
G810. Assalamu alaikum. G810. Okay, shall we move on?
Can I request G705 to unmute their mic?
G705. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Is that G705?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Okay, so we are going to be practicing from this row. So let's start from here, okay? Over here we have an alif with a kasra followed by a noon mushaddad. So we're going to join the alif to the noon and then we have to pronounce the fatha on top of the noon as well. So we're going to pronounce this as inna.
Inna.
Good. Sad with the fatha, sa.
Saw.
Good. Then we have a lam with a fatha followed by a blank alif. So this is alif madya. Okay. So we're going to pronounce this for how long?
La.
Good. So how many counts was that? How many counts did we pronounce that for? 1 count or 2 counts?
2 counts.
Good. Well done. So like you said, la.
La.
Good. Well done. Over here we have a ta with a kasra and that is followed by a ya with a sukoon on top of it. So that makes this a ya madya because the letter before carries a kasra, okay? So just like we stretch the la for 2 counts, we're going to stretch the ti sound for 2 counts as well. Ti.
Ti.
Good. Inna salati.
Inna salati.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Okay, so 2 examples of prolongation over here. One is the alif madya and the second is the ya madya. Well done. Let's carry on. Wa with a fatha, wa.
Wa.
Noon with a dhamma, nu.
Nu.
Seen with a dhamma, su.
Su.
Wa nusu.
Wa nusu.
Good. Now this is a kaf with a kasra that is followed by a ya sakin. So what is this now? What is this known as?
2 counts.
Yep, we will pronounce it for 2 counts. Well done. But what's the name of this then? The ya. What would it be known as? Ya madya. Yeah.
Ya madya.
Good. Yep. So because it's a ya sakin, letter before carries a kasra, this will now be known as ya madya. Okay. So we're stretching for 2 counts. Ki.
Ki.
Wa nusuki.
Wa nusuki.
Good. This kaf is a thin sounding letter, okay? So don't make a thick sound. It's just ki.
Ki.
Okay, at the moment you're saying qi, like the qaf sound, okay? So just make it from the top of your throat. So ki.
Ki.
Wa nusuki.
Wa nusuki.
Okay, so at the moment you're saying like a qaf, okay? I want you to say kaf. Ki.
Ki.
Excellent. Good. Yeah. Simple. Yeah. Just like you say the word cat. Yeah. K, like that. Ki.
Ki.
Good. Well done. Let's carry on. Waw with the fatha. Wa.
Wa.
Good. Mim joins onto the ha sakin. Mah.
Mah.
Good. Ya with a fatha followed by a blank alif. So what's this known as? What do you call this alif?
Ya.
Alif. It's an alif, isn't it? So this is a ya with a fatha. Then we have a blank alif. So this alif, blank alif, will now be known as alif madiyya. Yeah? Because the letter before carries a fatha. So this will be pronounced for 2 counts. Ya.
Ya.
Good. And then ya with a fatha. Ya.
Ya.
Wa mahya ya.
Wa mah ya ya.
Good. Well done. Can you tell me what are the 3 letters of prolongation?
1 second.
What are the 3 letters of prolongation that we just went through in the presentation? Do you remember? Alif, waw, and what's the third
Ya.
one? Ya. Excellent. Yeah. Alif, waw, and ya are the 3 letters of prolongation. So when they come in that form, then it's called, for example, this is alif madiyya, this was ya madiyya. Okay, so that's the kind of terms that we need you to remember from now on. Okay, let's do the last one. Waw with a fatha, wa.
Wa.
Mim with a fatha, ma.
Ma.
Good. Mim with a fatha again, but this time it has an alif madiyya straight after it. So this is 2 seconds. Ma.
Ma.
Good. Ta with the kasra followed by a ya sakin. So this is now a ya madiyya. Okay. So from a ya sakin, it's changed into a ya madiyya because the letter before carries a kasra. So this is ti.
Ti.
Wa mamati.
Mamati.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Very nicely recited. What I want you to do is start remembering the terms that we're talking about. Okay, so alif madiyya, waw madiyya, and ya madiyya. Okay, so start memorizing them so that when I ask you, for example, what is this called, then you can tell me that this is alif madiyya and this is called ya madiyya. Okay, so start doing that, and then inshallah that will help you. Okay, Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz for now.
Allah Hafiz.
Can we have another student, please?
Can I request G745 to unmute their mic?
G745. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. So we're going to get started from here. So mim with a dhamma, mu.
Mu.
Good. Ta with a fatha, ta.
Ta.
Excellent. Over here we have wa with a fatha that needs to join onto the fa. Okay, and the fa, because it's a mushaddad letter, and it also has a kasra. Okay, so let's just join the waw to the fa. Waffi.
Waffi.
Good. Making sure to press down on the fa. Waffi.
Waffi.
Good. Well done. Now, straight after the fa mushaddad with a kasra underneath, we have a ya sakin. And the rule is that if you see a ya sakin and the letter before carries a kasra, then that is now a ya madiyya, and it requires a timing of 2 counts. So what we're going to do is that sound that we just made of fi, we're going to stretch for 2 counts. Okay, so we're going to say wafi.
Waffi.
Excellent. And then kaf with a fatha, ka.
Ka.
Excellent. Mutawaffika.
Mutawaffika.
Excellent. Good. Well done. So what's this called? This ya?
Ya madiyya.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Well done for remembering. Excellent. Let's carry on. Ya with the dhamma, you.
You.
Good. This is za with the fatha, and that needs to join onto the kaf mushaddad, and then it also has a kasra. Zakki.
Zakki.
Good. And then straight after this, we have a ya sakin. Just like we did before, because there is a ya sakin and the letter before carries a kasra, this is now a ya madya. So we have to stretch that sound of ki for 2 counts. Zaki,
Zaki,
yuzaki.
Zaki,
Excellent. And then kaf joins onto the mim sakin. Kum,
Kum,
yuzakikum.
Zakikum,
Excellent. Good. Well done. You're doing very good. Let's carry on. Fa with the fatha, fa.
Fa,
Ya with the dhamma, you.
you,
Good. Waw joins onto the fa mushaddad and with the kasra, wafi.
Wafi,
Excellent. And straight after that we have a ya sakin. So this is a ya madya because the letter before carries a kasra. So we're stretching the sound for 2 counts. Wafi.
Wafi,
Good. Well done. See how we break it up? We first join the waw to the fa, and then we see what's ahead. We see that it's a ya sakin. So then we stretch our sounds, okay? So if you ever get confused, break it down into smaller steps and then try and do it all together. And then at the end, we have her joins onto the meme, him.
him,
Fayuwafihim.
Fayuwafihim,
Excellent. Good, mashallah. And then next we have a sad that needs to join onto the dal mushaddad with the kasra, siddi.
Siddi,
Good. And then we have a ya madya straight after, don't we? We have a ya sakin. Letter before carries a kasra, so it's a ya madya. So stretching that D sound for 2 counts. Siddi.
Siddi,
Good. Qaf with a fatha, qa.
Ko,
And then ta al marbuta with the dammatain. Tun.
Tun,
Good. Siddiqatun.
Siddiqatun.
Excellent. Good. Well done, mashallah. Very, very good recitation. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Can we have the next student, please?
Can I request G796 to unmute their mic?
G796. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Jazakumullah for asking. So we're starting from here. Over here, we have several letters to join. So let's break it up a little bit, okay? Over here, the ayn joins onto the lam mushaddad with the kasra, okay? Illi.
Illi.
Good, excellent. Okay, now let's move on. The lam mushaddad needs to join onto the ya mushaddad with a kasra. Okay, so illi.
Illi.
Okay, one more time. Illi.
Illi.
Right, good, well done. Now straight after the ya mushaddad, we have a ya sakin. Yeah. This ya sakin comes straight after a letter with a kasra. So this is known as ya madya. And ya madya causes the sound to stretch for 2 counts. So that ye sound that we just made stretches for 2 counts. Ye.
Ye.
Good. So let's do that all together now. Illi.
Illi.
Good, well done. So the ya sakin, in a way, doesn't have its own sound. It just stretches the sound of the previous letter. Okay? For example, the previous letter was a ya, so it just stretched that sound. And then we have noon with the fatha, na.
Na.
Good. Illiyina.
Illina.
Perfect. Good. Well done. Nicely recited. So it might look like a bit scary. Might look a bit scary just having a look at all these letters joining together. But when you break it up, it just makes the task a bit more easier. Okay, before we move on, I just want to remind everybody about the attendance form, which has been shared in the chat. So please, during class, make sure you click on that link and register your attendance so that we know that you attended today's class, okay? Jazakumullah, everybody. Let's carry on. We have seen that needs to join on to the Jim Mushaddad. Sidji.
Sidji.
Good. Well done. Then we have a ya sakin straight after this letter with a kasra. So this makes this a ya madiya. Yeah. So we're stretching for how long?
2 seconds to count.
Good. Sidji.
Sidji.
Good. Then we have noon with the dammatain. Nun.
Nun.
Excellent. Sidji nun.
Sidji. Nun.
Excellent. Good. Let's carry on. Ra with a fatha followed by a ba mushaddad. Rabba.
Rabba.
Excellent. Now, straight after this, we have an alif madiyah, don't we? We have a blank alif that has come straight after a letter carrying a fatha. So it's an alif madiyah. So we're stretching our sound for how long?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Excellent. Rabba.
Rabba.
Good. Well done. So because of the alif madiyah, our sound has gone from rabba to now rabba. So we always have to look at the good. So we always have to look at the next letter to see if we need to elongate because there is a letter of prolongation. Okay. All right. Okay. Then we carry on. We have noon with a kasra. Then we have a ya mushaddad. So we need to join on to that. That ya mushaddad has a kasra, but then we also see this vertical kasra straight after. So what we have to do over here is we have to pronounce the ya mushaddad with a vertical kasra instead of the kasra. So we're stretching for 2 counts over here as well. Niyi.
Niyi.
Good. Na.
I couldn't hear you. What?
Yeah, noon with a fatha. Na.
Na.
Rabbaniyina.
Rabbaniyina.
Excellent. Good. Next, we have seen that needs to join onto the ta mushaddad with a kasra. Sitti.
Sitti.
Good. Then we have a ya madiyah straight after. Sitti.
Sitti.
Noon with a fatha. Na.
Na.
Sittina.
Sittina.
Excellent. Good. Well done, mashallah. Very, very good recitation. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz. What's your brother's ID, please?
G797.
G797. Is that okay? If I can ask my co-host if that's okay.
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. Yeah. Can you come to the mic, please?
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. So when we come to the mic, we're going to say Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. All right. Let's start from here. We have the letter tha that needs to join onto the G mushaddad. Thajja.
Sajja.
Good. And straight after that, we have an alif madiyah. This is a blank alif, and the letter before carries a fatha. So we're going to stretch for 2 counts. Thajja.
Sajja.
Good. And then we have a Jim with a fathatain. Jan.
Jan.
Good. Well done. This is also a blank alif, but because the letter before carries a fathatain, it's not going to be a letter of prolongation. But over here, the letter before carries a fatha, so it is a letter of prolongation. Okay, so we have 2 similar looking letters over here with a alif straight after, but that's why it's important to look at the stroke on the letter before. So for example, over here, the stroke is fathatain and not fatha. So that's important that we look at that. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, everybody, just if I can just request that there's been a new attendance form that's been sent on the chat. So apologies, ignore the last one that was sent. The latest one that's been sent, that is the attendance form for today. Okay, so please make sure you fill that one in. Okay, let's carry on. Noon joins on to the dad mushaddad, nadda.
Nadda.
Good. Now straight after we have a blank alif, and because the letter before carries a fatha, this is an alif madiyah, so we're stretching for 2 counts. Nadda.
Nadda.
Good. Kha with a fatha, kha.
Kha.
Ta with a vertical fatha, ta.
Ta.
Good. Noon with a kasra, ni.
Ni.
Nadda khatani.
Hadda. Hadni.
Good. Try this again. Nadda
Nadda.
khatani.
Khadadni.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Over here, ghain joins to the sin mushaddad with a fatha. Ghassa.
Rasa.
Good. Then we have an alif madiyah straight after. Ghassa.
Rasa.
Good. Then qaf with the dhammatain. Qun.
Khati.
Okay, just pronounce this for now. Qaf with the dhammatain. Qun.
Kun.
Good. Ghassaqun.
Losakun.
Yeah, this is a ghain. Yeah. Ghassaqun.
Rasakun.
Good. Well done. Lam with the fatha. La.
La.
Ghain joins to the fa mushaddad with the fatha. Ghaffa.
Rofa.
Yeah. Oh, this is a ghain. I think I'm hearing a ra. I want you to say gha. Ghaffa.
Grafa.
Good. So we stretch for 2 counts because of the alif madiyah. And then we have ra with the dhammatain. Run.
Run.
Good. La ghaffarun.
Rafanun.
La
La.
ghaffa.
Rafa.
Okay.
Kha.
Yeah. Ghaffa.
Rafa.
Run.
Run.
Good. Well done. Okay. Practice the sound of ghain. Okay. Keep pronouncing that so that you can perfect that sound. Okay. Ghain. It's not a usual sound that we make, so it's a bit more difficult to make, but keep practicing that. Okay. Jazakumullah. Both of you. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz. Okay. Next student, please.
Can I request G833 to unmute their mic?
G833. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Okay, we're starting from here now. So noon joins onto the za mushaddad with a fatha. Nazza.
Nazza.
Good. Straight after we have a blank alif. So this is an alif madiyah because the letter before carries a fatha. So we're going to stretch that sound of za for 2 counts. Nazza.
Nazza.
Good. Ayn with a fatha. A.
A.
Ta al-marbuta with the dhammatain. Tun.
Tun.
Nazza'atun.
Nazza'atun.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Let's carry on. Kaf joins onto the fa mushaddad with a fatha. Kaffa.
Kaffa.
Good. Then we have an alif mud straight after because it's a blank alif. Letter before carries a fatha. So stretching that fa sound for 2 counts. Kaffa.
Kaffa.
Ra.
Ra.
Tun.
Tun.
Kaffaratun.
Kaffaratun.
Perfect. Good. Well done. Seen joins onto the ya mushaddad with a fatha. Sayya.
Sayya.
Okay. What do we have straight after this in blue?
We have a alif madya.
Good. Well done. So stretching for 2 counts. Sayya.
Sayya.
Ratun.
Ratun.
Sayyaratun.
Sayyaratun.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Okay. Can I request the discipline in charge to please send the link for the attendance form again? Some students haven't received it. Jazakumullah. Okay, and we're moving on. Lam joins onto the waw mushaddad with a fatha. Lawa.
Lawa.
Good. And then alif madya straight after, so stretching for 2 counts. Lawa.
Lawa.
Good. Hatun.
Hatun.
Good. Lawahatun.
Lawahatun.
Perfect. Good. Well done. Very good recitation. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz. Keep practicing.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Please, can we have another student to the mic?
Can I request G703 to unmute their mic?
G703. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay, let's start from here now. Seen joins onto the ha mushaddad. Sahha. Good. And then we have an alif madiyah straight after. So stretching that for 2 counts. Sahha. Good. Can you come a bit closer to your mic? I can hear you a bit more clearly, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Sahha.
Sahha.
Good. Rin.
Rin.
Saharin.
Saharin.
Perfect. Good. Well done. Fa joins onto the ayn mushaddad with a fatha. Fa'a.
Fa'a.
Good. And then straight after, what do we have? What's this called?
An alif and put an alif madiyah and we have to keep it for 2 seconds and our announcement, like my sister's playing on her iPad and ignore her noise, like laughing.
Okay, that's fine. I'll ignore it. But well done. That was a very good answer. You explained it very well that this is an alif madiyah and it will be pronounced for 2 counts. Okay. Fa'a.
Fa'a.
Good. Lam with the dhammatain. Lun.
Lun.
Fa'alun.
Fa'alun.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Over here, Kha joins onto the ta mushaddad, the fatha, and then an alif madiyah straight after. So stretching that sound for 2 counts. Khatta.
Khutta.
Rin.
Rin.
Khattarin.
Khattarin.
Good. Well done. And then we have ha that joins onto the lam mushaddad with an alif madiyah straight after. Halla.
Halla.
Fin.
Fin.
Halla. Fin.
Halla. Fin.
Good. Excellent. Okay, so we stretched for 2 counts over here because of the alif madiyah that came straight after the lam mushaddad with a fatha. Okay. Excellent. Good. Nicely recited. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Can we have another student, please?
Can I request G841 to unmute their mic?
G841. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Okay.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. How are you?
Good.
Alhamdulillah, good to hear. So let's carry on. We have ya with the dhamma, you,
You.
Good. Qaf with a kasra, and then we have a ya sakin straight after. So this is a ya madiyya. Okay, so that means our sound of qi will extend for 2 counts. Qi.
Ki.
Good. Then we have a meme with a dhamma followed by a waw sakin. So what does it make this? What do we call this now?
Vaw madda.
Good. Well done. Mu.
Mu.
Na.
Na.
Yuqimuna.
Yuqimuna.
Excellent. So the qi and the mu are stretched for the same amount of time, 2 seconds. Okay. Yuqimuna.
Yuqimuna.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Over here, ya joins onto the ha sakin. Yah.
Yah.
Sa.
Sa.
Good. And then ba with a dhamma followed by a waw madiyya. Bu.
Bu.
Na.
Na.
Yahsabuna.
Yahsabuna.
Good. Well done. So we have a haruful mad over here in the form of waw madiyya. And it's a waw sakin letter before carries a dhamma. So that's why we stretched for 2 counts. Good. Well done. Over here, ya joins onto the ha. Yuh.
Yuh.
Good. Seen with the kasra. Si.
Si.
Noon with the dhamma followed by a waw madiyya. Nu.
Nu.
And then noon with the fatha. Na.
Na.
Excellent. Yuhsinuna.
Yuhsinuna.
Well done. Excellent. Over here, we have ya with a dhamma followed by a waw madiyya. You.
You.
Good. Qaf with a kasra. Qi.
Ki.
Noon with a dhamma followed by a waw madiyya again because it's a waw sakin letter before carries a dhamma. So it's stretching for 2 counts over here as well. Nu.
Nu.
Na.
Na.
Yuqinuna.
Nu. Yuqinuna.
Excellent. Okay, so waw mad over here and another waw madiyya over here. So stretching both the U sound and the Nu sound for 2 counts each. Okay, well done. Excellent. Very nicely recited. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Can we have one more student, please?
Can I request G794 to unmute their mic?
G794. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Okay, let's start from this example. We have a ra with a kasra that needs to be joined onto the ba mushaddad with a kasra. Ribbi.
Ribbi.
Good. Now this ba needs to be joined onto the ya mushaddad with the dhamma. Ribbiyu.
Ribbiyu.
Excellent. Now straight after that we have a waw sakin. Now this is a waw sakin, but because the letter before carries a dhamma, this is now a waw madiyya. So we need to stretch that U sound for 2 seconds. You.
You.
Good. Ribbiyu.
Ribbiyu.
Na.
Na.
Ribbiyuna.
Ribbiyuna.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Over here, ta with the dhamma. Tu.
Tu.
Good. Ha joins onto the ba mushaddad with a dhamma. Hibbu.
Hibbu.
Good. Now straight after we have a waw madiyya, don't we? Waw sakin, letter before carries a dhamma. So stretching for 2 counts. Hibbu.
Hibbu.
Nakum.
Nakum.
Tuhibbunakum.
Tuhibbunakum.
Good. Well done. Ya with a fatha. Ya.
Ya.
Sad joins onto the dal mushaddad with a dhamma. Suddu.
Suddu.
Good. And then we have a waw madiyya straight after. Suddu.
Suddu.
Na.
Na.
Yasudduna.
Yasudduna.
Perfect. Good. Well done. Ya with the dhamma. You.
You.
Wow joins onto the lam mushaddad with the dhamma. Wallu.
Wallu.
Excellent. Then we have a wow madya straight after. So stretch that sound for 2 counts. Wallu.
Wallu.
Na.
Na.
Yuwalluna.
Yuwalluna.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Very, very good recitation. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz for now.
Jazakallah.
Okay, so that was exercise 15.4. We weren't able to get through the whole exercise. So maybe for your homework, as an additional homework, you can go through the last 2 rows over here. Okay, but for your homework, we would like you to please carry on with exercise 15.4, which is on page 70 of your Talimul-Quran books. And we would like you to cover the first column. Okay, so the first column over here. Yeah, we'd like you to please practice this. And then if you have some time, then try and cover this last 2 lines as well that we didn't manage to finish. Okay, so that's your homework for today. Continue with practicing exercise 15.4, which is on page 70 of the Talimul-Quran book. And we'd like you to please at least cover the first column and practice that again. Okay, so homework is very, very important as always. It allows you to continue with your practice of what we're learning in the class, and so that you don't fall behind. Okay, so homework is an opportunity for you to really get your practice in, and if you're unsure about anything, then your homework can help you with that. Okay, so that's your homework. Please note it down. It's also available on the Google Drive as always, so you can access it there. All right, so we are going to now close class with our closing prayer. But just before I do that, just a reminder once again about the Jalsa Siratun Nabi that's happening on 4th of November, inshallah, in class. And if you'd like to send us in your recordings, then you can do so on the email ukquranclass@gmail.com. And please remember to state your activity. So for example, Tilawat, along with your student ID and G1 in the audio recordings, and also in the subject box of the email that you send. Please do so by Saturday, 22nd of October. So you don't have long, so please do that as soon as possible. Okay, Jazakumullah. Can we have a student to the mic for the final prayer?
Can I request G821 to unmute their mic?
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, let's start with Dawood. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Good. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good. اللهم ارحمني.
اللهم ارحمني.
Over here, the lam mushaddad has a vertical fatha. Okay, so stretch for 2 counts. Allahumma arhamni.
Allahumma arhamni.
Bil-Qur'anil azim.
Bil-Qur'an Azim.
Good. Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great.
Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great.
Ameen. Jazakumullah for reading that for us, and Jazakumullah to everybody for joining our class today. Please make sure you do your homework, and inshallah we'll speak to you all again same time tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.